In an age where myths are made and legends are reborn, a story unlike any other begins to unfold, not in the hallowed halls of history, but on the electrifying stage of rock and roll. Forget what you know about the past, for the timeline has been shattered, bringing together the most improbable lineup of titans to ever wield an instrument. Imagine the strategic genius of Napoleon Bonaparte, trading his battlefield commands for the raw power of a lead guitar. His solos as calculated and explosive as his military campaigns. On the drums, the untamed spirit of Queen Boudica, her ferocious energy channeled into a primal, thunderous beat that shakes the very foundations of the arena. The soulful, revolutionary verses of Joan of Arc on lead vocals, her voice a clarion call for a new generation, filled with passion and unwavering conviction. And on bass, the cool, intellectual groove of Leonardo da Vinci, his fingers dancing across the frets with the same precision and artistry he brought to his greatest masterpieces. This wasn't just a band. It was a temporal anomaly, a supergroup of souls plucked from their epochs, united by a singular, deafening purpose: to rock. They called themselves the Eternals, and their saga was about to be written in lightning. The fusion of these disparate geniuses was a spectacle of beautiful chaos. The rehearsal studio became a crucible where centuries clashed and coalesced. Da Vinci, ever the inventor, would meticulously deconstruct modern rock anthems, finding the mathematical purity within the distortion, while Napoleon, the master tactician, arranged their songs with the complexity of a grand battle plan. Tensions often flared. Boudica's wild improvisational style would clash with Napoleon's rigid structures, her thunderous drum fills sometimes drowning out his intricate guitar riffs. Yet it was Joan of Arc's transcendent voice that harmonized their discord. During one intense session, as a fierce argument erupted between the warrior queen and the emperor, Joan began to sing a haunting melody, a simple, powerful ballad about sacrifice and belief. The room fell silent. Boudica's drumming softened to a heartbeat. Napoleon's guitar found a mournful counter-melody, and Da Vinci laid down a bass line that was both somber and hopeful. In that moment, they ceased to be figures from history books and became a single, unified entity, their individual legacies melting away to forge anew. Shared sound, a powerful blend of classical grandeur and rebellious rock energy. Their debut was not at a local club, but on the world's biggest stage, broadcast globally to a bewildered and captivated audience. As the lights blazed to life, the Eternals launched into their opening number, New Age Revolution. Napoleon shredded a solo with a conqueror's arrogance, his foot stomping on the stage as if crushing an opposing army. Boudica was a whirlwind of motion, her hair flying as she hammered the drums with a fury that resonated in the chests of millions. Da Vinci, serene and focused, provided the unshakable foundation, his bass line a complex, melodic current running beneath the storm. And above it all, Joan of Arc's voice soared, a beacon of raw emotion that cut through the noise, her lyrics speaking of breaking chains and forging one's own destiny. The world watched, mesmerized, as these historical giants, once confined to oil paintings and stone statues, commanded the present with screaming guitars and earth-shattering drums. They weren't just playing music, they were rewriting history, their performance a visceral, deafening testament to the untamable power of the human spirit. Their tour was a conquest, their album a cultural artifact. But as all great eras must, their time together came to a close. For their final encore, they chose not one of their thunderous anthems, but a stripped-back acoustic piece, with just Da Vinci's intricate finger-picking and Joan's ethereal voice. They performed a song of farewell, a timeless ballad about echoes and memory. It was a promise that even though they would return to their respective points in the timeline, their music, their impossible union, would remain. As the final note hung in the air, a profound silence fell over the stadium, a shared moment of awe and bittersweet finality. The Eternals had vanished from the stage, but their sound was now woven into the very fabric of music history. They had proven that true legends never die. They just find a new stage, a louder amplifier, and a different way to be eternal, leaving behind a legacy not of war or art, but of pure, unadulterated rock and roll.